and I'm lit. On a spacecraft in a new realm, that's it.
Hey, welcome back to my channel, or hey to my newbies. I am Mel. Okay, we're back with another decode and react video. I know it's been a minute, but I'm back. Let's go, let's get it. This one is from Alchemist Empress. It says the devil does not exist. Metaphysical breakdown. Okay. And if you want a breakdown of your birth chart, or you want a reading, or some of my goodies, I'm gonna put my Etsy, because I'm redoing my site right now, so I'm gonna put my Etsy down, and I think I'm gonna add some of my reading stuff to my Etsy, and I'm also gonna put my email if you want to book a reading, do all that shit. Okay, but let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay.
Later on, this symbol is drawn by Alypius Levi, the Sabbatic goat, and this becomes the symbol of the devil, which is the rosemary baby, which is a metaphysical symbol. You see the star in the head, you see the black moon and the white moon, which is the same as the yin and the yang symbol, which is the same as the yin and the yang symbol. You see the black moon and the white moon. You also see the kundalini energy coming up right here. You see the breast, which represent both male and female energy. You see what I'm saying? The power shooting out there is the real spirit. This later on becomes a symbol of the devil by the Christians. They borrowed it from the Greek god Pan. This is a spiritual symbol. Anytime you ever see this, this is a spiritual symbol. Now, what does all this really mean? Anytime, what is the original Christ? Who is the original Christ? Yeah, I'm saying, no, I'm saying, but even in the mythological aspect, who was the original Christ that precedes the Christian representation of Christ? Heru, Horus. Right. Jesus, in this case, which is Horus, said, Satan, get behind me. Satan, get behind me. Satan, get behind.
Y'all remember them projectors in school? Like, that just gave me a nostalgic vibe. I'm sorry, y'all. I was just like, God damn. Like, we came a long way. You heard me?
The base of the skull, the base of the spine and the top of the skull, no, the base of the skull and the top of the spine is the most concentrated part of melanin, the medulla oblongata, the mouth of God. Satan, get behind me, is melanin. Soot on. Soot, which means the triple blackness of space, are the most ancient gods ever to exist. On is Anubis, which means opening, black hole, black guide. This is Anpu Anubis, the black and gold one. Satan, get behind me is talking about your true self. It's metaphysical. This is Horus. Horus and Set. Why are they the two? If this is the devil, why are they the two deities? Why are they two deities? Horus, Set. It's metaphysical. Horus is called Great Face. What did I say the face of God was? The pineal gland. In the back of you, you got the melanin in the most concentrated part. In the middle of the brain, you got the pineal gland.
All right.
Which synthesizes the melanin and brings light. Brings light. See it bringing the light? Brings light. Lucifer means pineal gland. You got to turn everything around. That's right. We can go into the history of this shit. You ain't dealing with no Rudy Poop motherfucker. I can back my shit.
Not Rudy Poop.
No nigga coming up, just giving you some shit. You be like, oh, you for the. First of all, you don't for the follow none of this shit. It ain't about following. It's
learning.
about understanding.
Yeah.
It's simple. They put the okie doke on the nigga ass.
And that's another thing when it comes to information. And that's why he breaking it down so you can understand it. When you are in the occult, or just spirituality in general, you have to understand how things work so you can use it for your benefit or teach it to others or whatever. Okay, if you don't understand it, you're still lost in the sauce. You're just dressing like it. Okay, so you are basically false. You're faking it. Okay, when you actually sit down and do some research, which you'll see a lot more videos coming forward with me just talking about metaphysical things instead of just doing reactions, because I feel like I also have to teach it a certain way for certain people, if that makes sense. You can look at these videos all day and watch me react to them or whatever the fuck, and you still may not get it. You feel what I'm saying? Or get certain things. And some people will. But that's what got us fucked up in the game. People want to look like something to attract fame, fortune, attention, because they haven't dealt with their shadow self. So if you don't realize that, if you're not learning from the information given to you, if you're not learning from your own reality or even observing another motherfucker. Matter of fact, I put something on Facebook. I'm gonna see if I can put it over here or over there. I had to screenshot it. About people, basically what I'm just saying. So, but if you're not learning it, not acquiring the energy, you're not applying it, you're not gonna get the benefit of it. Okay. And you're not gonna understand it. So sometimes it takes years to study a topic. Sometimes it takes months. It depends on who you are, how dedicated you are, how committed you are. I had to learn this. Bobby Hemmitt had to learn this. Other occultists had to learn this. And even preachers had to learn this, okay? And that's why you have some preachers, like people are in the church because the preacher is breaking down the understanding of the Bible to his best knowledge, or whatever the case may be. Even though it depends on how they're teaching it. I'm gonna say it like that. Depending on how they're teaching it. You feel me? Because everything has truth to it, as we know. Okay, most things came from the truth, and man just manipulated it into sometimes how to help you understand it, or they went deeper into it, or they just doing it for show and they putting their own spin on it, however the hell they do that. You feel me? So it's important on your spiritual journey, or your in the land of the occult. You feel me? It's important to know what the fuck you're talking about. And it's not about being right. It's about being sure, understanding the knowledge that you have studied. You have proven to yourself that it holds some type of weight. It ain't about nobody coming up here to debate about, oh no, the grass is blue over there on the East Coast, or some shit like that. You feel me? We all on a flat earth. We all, it don't fucking, do that fucking matter? Do it really matter? Are you understanding that some of these conspiracy theories and some of these topics have us going around in circles? You feel me? I got other shit I'm gonna talk about, but this.
Look, the average citizen, he come by and he read the scripture, and he think it's moralism. The priest come by, the initiate come by, and he might think it's on the level. And the priests come by and they know the real terminology. It ain't even got nothing to do with no good and evil. You see what I'm saying? It's yin and yang, light and darkness, energy.
Right.
I'll show you what this is like. You get the skull and the crossbones on a bottle. It might be on a bottle of bleach. Right? Let's say 2,000 years come and the person done lost the meaning of what bleach is, and they see the skull and the crossbones, and they say, that's some evil stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But to you who know, you know it's a formula. It just means the skull and the crossbone don't mean it's evil. It means it's a powerful aspect of the formula. These are formulas. So Satan just meant the most potent form of the formula, the essence of God.
So basically, like I was saying, you got this product or this truth or this concept or this topic, and the way you give this information to another person won't be the same as how this person is not supposed to be the same. How this person deciphered that information, because maybe y'all on two different levels and y'all reach two different type of audiences. You feel me? Same thing with products. You feel me? Not everybody like Lysol. Bitch, give me the off-brand. You feel me? Not everybody like KFC. Bitch, I'm finna go get some churches. You feel what I'm saying? So it's about you being sure of the information that you know. You applying the information that you know, trial and error, you feel me, and understanding it to the best of your ability. And like I say, you don't have to broadcast this to the world. You can use this information to change your world. Okay, it's not always about content creating. It's not always about, you got to be able to do this shit in person, like for yourself, and then you get those fruits, and then you can teach it to somebody else or teach it to your kids. You feel me? Some generations just move in silence like that. You feel me? Something like a closed practice. Although I still don't too much subscribe to that concept, only because everything came from God. So how you gonna close off God to everybody else? I can't fathom it. You feel me? But I also honor it and understand it. That ain't my sauce, but I understand it. You feel me?
In Blavatsky's secret doctrine, they say when the church curses Satan, they're only cursing the cosmic reflection of God. In the beginning, it was what? No, it was.
And also, I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep stopping it, and it's a short one, so I need to talk a little bit to get a little time on here. 11 as I'm gonna talk. Anyways, fuck, I almost forgot what I was gonna say. Well, did forget. Okay, yeah. Reflection. Okay. So when he was saying like it's a reflection, you gotta look at the Bible. What it's saying? You don't see the aggression in the Bible when God's supposed to be a vengeful God, and he don't want nobody else above him, and this, that, and other. This is from the Bible now. But teaching you how not to be selfish and give to thy neighbor and do all this Christ-like shit. But God, I'm hungry. But God can be selfish. You feel me? So it's a manipulation tactic. Do what I say, not what I do. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why people don't understand yin and yang. That's why they don't understand good and bad, because they're only thinking you're supposed to do good. But what about the bad? The bad gonna help you balance out. The bad gonna help you understand deeper why you may have to defend yourself, because that's gonna necessarily be negative or bad. Okay, so it's gonna help you balance out life. But you got to go through something to understand it most of the time, or you have to study it, and even studying is going through it. Okay, because as you reading, let's say you're reading a novel, as you reading, you envisioning now this book, this novel, this information in your head, and you picturing the characters, or you picturing what they saying or something like that. You still are focused. Your energy is focused on that, so you going through that. That's still energy. You're going through it. Okay, observations is you going through it as well, learning and understanding. Okay.
Darkness. And from the darkness came the damn light. Right?
Understand me.
You get it? Came the light. Satan ain't talking about nothing but your true essence. That's what it's talking about. So the church is all set up to tell you to curse Satan. Is talking about cursing melanin, the prince of darkness. You are the prince of darkness. Lucifer means light bringer. Pineal gland brings the light, and the light up the darkness.
The morning star.
In the Garden of Eden, what happened?
I said that's terrible.
In what aspect? That they would deceive us, you're saying?
Well, we're doing this. We're hurting ourselves. It's terrible.
Yeah, in that aspect, not understanding. Now check this out. In the Garden of Eden, the tree of life. Where the hell is the tree of life? This is the tree of life. The Kabbalah. That's the tree of life. He said, the tree of good and evil. He said you can eat from all the fruit, but you can't eat from the tree. Long come the serpent which is the kundalini. This is the serpent right here. This tree of life and this tree of life is one and the same. This is an Egyptian one from the temple of Komombo that the Hebrews later adopted as the tree of life. And this is the one from the temple of Tahuti, or the priesthood of Tahuti, is the same damn symbol. The serpent say, don't eat. The serpent say, go ahead, which means your kundalini energy rises up and eats the apple, which is your third eye. Called the Bindu seed. Up here, the tree of life, the serpent crawls up the tree of life and they eat a part called a daf. Now, the Hebrews take this part off because the white Hebrews don't have daf. That means melanin. So they take this point off, which means daf, D-A-A-T-H, a dat. Blackening stage, melanin. That's where you get the word Darth Vader from. The dark side. Pure melanin. Darth Vader was called in, Joseph Campbell was called in to help them work with Star Wars. And it's adequate. The Jedi warrior. The jet black eye. Melanin. The Jedi warrior. The Djed pillar. You know what the Djed pillar is in Kemet? It's the backbone of Osiris. What's the backbone of Osiris? Bam! Backbone of Osiris. The Jedi warrior. The Jedi what? The black eye, the eye of Heru. Darth Vader. Darth, right there, D-A-A-T-A, the black dot. You don't know the powers of the dark side. Everybody got the black man to do the voice. The powers of the dark side. Then the hero, Luke Skywalker, rises up, conquers Darth Vader, who is his father, and becomes the Christ. We're talking about darkness, light coming out of darkness. The hero, Heru. The word hero comes from the word Heru, and the word hero is Greek for great face, face of God, pineal gland. Lucifer, light bringer.
He said light coming from the darkness. So, for example, growing up in the ghetto, you know what I'm saying, never had nothing. Then you get upon you learn from your mistakes, you learn from everything, understanding, okay, coming from the darkness, finding understanding. Why is it like this? Why can't I, even when you're doing shadow work, you know, why can't I keep money in my pocket? Why do I think like this? Why is life going like this? Is finding the understanding, finding the root cause, finding the truth in a situation, and then taking that darkness, that ignorance, or that lack of knowledge, and then applying the knowledge that you know how to apply and rising above the darkness. Okay? Because the darkness is what teaches us how to evolve, how to be better. That's why it's called shadow work, okay? And that's why it's called, you know, the dark side. Because, and then they put us in this fear and panic state when it comes to the dark side, when it comes to things that are perceived evil, okay? Especially on the road, on the occult and spiritual level, you know, you have to research scary things to understand why they using it to manipulate others, because that's how they feed off of fear, baby. They feed off of fear. Anything you fearful of, you need to look it dead in the face, especially when you're doing shadow work, okay? Especially when you're doing shadow work, because a lot of us are scared of our trauma, okay? Or we don't want to touch our trauma. We don't want to dig it back up. We don't want to face the dark side of us, the shadow self of us, to become a better person. Or we don't know how to, or we're not aware that we're doing that. Okay, that's where awareness come in. That's where learning come in. Listening, understanding, applying. Okay. So, hey, this was Bobby Hemmitt with The Devil Does Not Exist. Okay. The devil that they have conjured up is fear. Fear to understand yourself. The devil that they conjured up for, you know, people to be afraid of, or the man with the pitchfork or whatever, you're in hell, is just them blocking off that connection with healing, blocking off that connection with getting down and dirty with your own demons. Okay, that's why I say people be fighting their demons, because they don't want to take accountability, but they don't know how to take accountability, or they don't understand that it is accountability, or they're gonna reap the benefits from healing or understanding why they are narcissists, or why they are, like I say, bad with money, or have depression or anxiety, or why they going through this same cycle with the same domestic violence relationships, or whatever. It gets deep. That's all I'm saying. It gets deep. But yeah, I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. We're gonna wrap this up because I got some more recording to do. See y'all later. Love y'all. Bye.